So you can see the corners around it, right? And that is where bevel comes in. First, we need to hit Control A and hit Scale on the menu, and then select all of the edges, and then hit Command B and start to move your mouse. So that gives us the nice rounded shape. So you want to go into face selection mode, select one of the faces of the object that you want to extrude, and then hit L, and then hit E to extrude that object down and give it thickness. Hit Command R, get a slice in there and select that, bevel it, Command B, use the scroll wheel, bring it down to only a single segment in my bevel, and then I'll just use X to remove all those faces, and I just go around, select the individual points, hit F to create polygons, and then holding down Option, and so clicking on the edge, I can select that whole edge loop, hit F, and we got that area closed off. Got multiple objects that I want to subtract from this main body of the Playdate device. So selecting all those together, hit Command J, and now it's a single object that I'm going to rename subtract. Then selecting the body, go ahead and add a modifier, choose Boolean, then make sure it's on difference using the eyedropper tool. I'm going to go ahead and select that subtraction option. Bevel modifier, similar to how we added the Boolean modifier, and then play with the amount, the angle, you want to turn off lamp override, all that good stuff. And you can see it is adding a bevel, but looking at my reference, I can see that's not quite as sharp as I would like. What I'm going to go ahead and do at this point is using Command R. I'm going to cut in some additional loop cuts, and well, that sharpens it right up. Go ahead and add that just like we did the previous modifiers. We're going to change the factor to the Y factor, I believe, and we're going to space it out to about negative 1.5. Change the count to get the right number of objects. I think 10 or 11 is going to be about right for what I'm doing here. I'm going to delete some of these kind of stand-in placeholder cylinders. Then I'm going to Shift E to duplicate this whole object, which includes the array modifier still. After I'm happy with the positioning of everything, go ahead and select all three of those array shapes and scale them down so that they fit nicely in that space allowed. And you can see we're working with the D-pad here, and it has, a Boolean modifier on it. We want to go ahead and add a subdivision surface modifier. And it looks like there's a bevel modifier on there as well. When I ran that sub-D surface, everything got too squishy. So I've got to get into edit mode, add some additional loop cuts, just like we did before. So you can see how these tools are building on top of each other. Here, I'm going to select multiple shapes, hit I for an inset. I went ahead and applied the modifier, so now it's just a single shape. And what I want to do is clean up topology here on this top piece. I'm going to go ahead and go into side mode here and use my marquee selection tool, and then just draw a square or a marquee around the top to select all those faces at the top, then hit X, dissolve faces, and that creates one giant N-gon essentially at the top. Again, we're going to move into our side view, make a selection like before, and then with all of that selected, I'm going to hit X and select limited dissolve, and that gets rid of the majority of those extra vertices. Now that that's cleaned up a bit, we're going to go ahead and hit 3 to go into face mode and select our one giant big N-gon at the top, hit I to inset that shape, and then that shows us that things are looking much cleaner. And here we are, knife mode, hit K, and the beautiful thing is that snaps to your geometry. And then after you've created a slice in Enter, we hit 3 and select the individual polys. You can see that they are indeed cut there. Your final tool in creating beautiful hard surface models in Blender is attention to detail. Your willingness to push forward, to look at the individual pieces, to find areas that could be improved. It's all about deciding what you have time for and how it's going to be used.